Live here, going live, already live here. Hello, Olivia. How did I know you were going to be first? How's it going, Olivia? Hello, friends over here. Let's see. Anyone? Anyone want to tell me? Hello. We are live. Are you here? Okay. Hello, Lucy Smith. How are you doing? Thanks for watching. Hello, Jude. Welcome. Hello, Calderwoods. Welcome. Hello, Jace. How are you? Hello, Ariana Bain. How are you? Hello, Tassimas. Or Tassimas. Or both. I think they do kind of both. Hello, Gilberts. If you're here, hello. Who else? Let's see here. Good evening to you. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. It looked pretty outside, but it was a little chilly. Yeah, went out for just a few moments today, just outside, and it was a little cold. I'm doing good from Olivia. Of course, you are doing great, Olivia. Reggie, how are you? I hope things are good for you, Reggie. How's it going? Hi, friends over here. Let's see, who else do we have coming in? We have a delayed dinner tonight at the Elbert house. We are cooking. Mrs. Elbert and I were busy all day today, so we didn't get to make dinner, and it just finished right as it turned like 6:55. I will eat after. So if my stomach growls a little bit, you'll know. I don't know if you know, Mrs. Elbert is a first grade teacher, so she has to spend her day kind of watching what's going on with her class, and we still have our kids to do, and just a little busy. But luckily, I work with amazing teachers who are keeping themselves occupied, and they are doing great. So thank goodness for them. Super helpful. Oh boy. House call haircuts, anyone? Wait. All right, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Not too many people joining us tonight. Maybe the Noth Nagels, are you on? Hi, Noth Nagels, if you are. And you're too shy to say hello. If you are, it's okay. I'm not sure who's over here. I already said hello to my friends. So I've got a repeat book and a new book, but a repeat character. See if you like that one. I think we liked the book. I think it was even last night. Last night was Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. Tonight is the next book, I think. I think that's what it was. It's been a few years. Let's see, this one was 2006. So 14 years old. Man, does time fly? It's 2006, 14 years ago. Okay. Whew. All right, I'm gonna get started. The first book is my repeat book of the night. It's never a bad thing to hear a story multiple times. Never a bad thing. It helps us understand the story even better. Maybe we missed something the first time, or maybe it just is always good to hear a story more than once. So this one is Purple, Green, and Yellow. Purple, Green, and Yellow by Robert Munsch. Pictures by Helene Desparu. Well, I don't know. Robert Munsch is Canadian, so I'm guessing that maybe she is like one of the French Canadians up there. I'm not so sure. Purple, Green, and Yellow. I love this book. I could read it 100 times, and I might have to. Hi, Sydney and Daxton. How are you? Hi, Gills. How are you doing? Hi, Rylan and Brindley. I hope you're all doing well. Purple, Green, and Yellow. Purple, Green, and Yellow. Bridget went to her mother and said, I need some coloring markers. All my friends have coloring markers. They draw wonderful pictures, Mommy. I need some coloring markers. Oh, no, said her mother. I've heard about those coloring markers. Kids draw on walls, they draw on the floor, they draw on themselves. You can't have any coloring markers. Well, said Bridget, there are these new coloring markers. They wash off with just water. I can't get into any trouble with coloring markers that wash off. Get me some of those. Well, said her mother, all right. So her mother went out and got Bridget 500 washable coloring markers. Bridget went up to her room and drew wonderful pictures. She drew lemons that were yellower than lemons, and roses that were redder than roses, and oranges that were oranger than oranges. That didn't sound right. Her mother was amazed. She said, wow, my kid's an artist. But after a week, Bridget got bored. She went to her mother and said, Mom, did I draw on the walls? No, said her mother. Did I draw on the floor? No, said her mother. Did I draw on myself? No, said her mother. Well, said Bridget, I didn't get into any trouble and I need some new coloring markers. All my friends have them. Mommy, there are coloring markers that smell. They have ones that smell like roses and lemons and oranges, and even ones that smell like cow plops. Mom, they have coloring markers that smell like anything you want. Mom, I need some of those coloring markers. Her mother went out and got her 500 coloring markers that smelled. Then Bridget went upstairs and she drew pictures. She drew lemons that smelled like lemons, and roses that smelled like roses, and oranges that smelled like oranges, and cow plops that smelled like cow plops. Sorry, Gilberts, if you're eating. Sorry. Hi, Lincoln Lily. How are you? Mrs. Myers. How's Mrs. Myers doing? How are you? Nice to see you. That's Sophie right there. Say hi, Fifi.
Hi.
Are you eating?
Yes, but I want to say hi.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Hi.
All right. Thank you. Well done. Her mother said, wow, my kid is an artist. But after a week, Bridget got bored. She said, Mom, did I draw on the floor? No, said her mother. Did I draw on the wall? No, said her mother. Did I draw on myself? No, said her mother. Fifi? Fee? Well, said Bridget, I need some new coloring markers. Mrs. Myers says hi. She said hi. Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson says hi, too. She said hi back. Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Well, said Bridget, I need some new coloring markers. These are the best kind. All my friends have them. They are super indelible, never come off until you're dead, and maybe even later coloring markers. Mom, I need them. So her mother went and got her 500 super indelible, never come off until you're dead, and maybe even later coloring markers. Bridget took them and drew pictures for 3 weeks. She drew lemons that looked better than lemons, and roses that looked better than roses, and oranges that looked better than oranges, and sunsets that looked better than sunsets. Chase says hi, everyone. Rylan says hi. Rylan says hi. Hi, Cade. Hi, Rylan. Hi, Elsie. How are you? How's Selene? Hello, Selene. Hi, Selene. That was crazy. Hello, friends that are watching on YouTube who I don't know who you are, but hi anyway. Okay. Then she got bored. Uh-oh. She said, I'm tired of drawing on the paper, but I'm not going to draw on the wall, and I'm not going to draw on the floor, and I'm not going to draw on myself. But everyone knows it's okay to color your fingernails. Even my mother colors her fingernails. So Bridget took a super indelible, never come off until you're dead, and maybe even later coloring marker, and she colored her thumbnail bright purple. And that was so pretty, she colored her fingernails purple, black, and yellow. And that was so pretty, she colored her hands yellow, green, and red. And that was so pretty, she colored her face purple, green, yellow, and blue. And that was so pretty, she colored her belly button blue. And that was so pretty, she colored herself all sorts of colors, almost entirely all over. Then Bridget looked in the mirror and said, what have I done? My mother is going to kill me. So she ran into the bathroom and washed her hands for half an hour. Nothing came off. Her hands still looked like mixed up rainbows. Not good. Then she had a wonderful idea. She reached way down into the bottom of the coloring markers and got a special colored marker. It was the same color she was. She took that marker and colored herself all over until she was regular color again. In fact, she looked even better than before. Almost too good to be true. She went downstairs and her mother said, "Why, Bridget, you're looking really good today." Right, said Bridget. Then her mother said, "It's time to wash your hands for dinner." But Bridget was afraid that the special color would not stick to the colors underneath. So she said, "I already washed my hands." But her mother smelled her hands and said, "Ah ha ha, no soap." She took Bridget into the bathroom and washed her hands and face. All the special colors came off. All the special color came off, and Bridget looked like mixed up rainbows. "Oh no," said her mother. "Bridget, did you color your hands with the coloring markers that wash off?" "No." "Bridget, did you color your hands with the coloring markers that smell?" "No." "Did you use the super indelible never come off until you're dead and maybe even later coloring markers?" "Yes." Yikes! She called her doctor and said, "Help, help, help, help. My daughter has colored herself with super indelible never come off until you're dead and maybe even later coloring markers." "Oh dear," said the doctor. "Sometimes they never come off." The doctor came over and gave Bridget a large orange pill. She said, "Take this pill, wait 5 minutes, and then take a bath." So Bridget took the pill, waited 5 minutes, and jumped into the bathtub. Her mother stood outside the door, yelled, "Is it working? Is 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 it working?" You know, as only mothers can do. Yes, said Bridget. "Everything is coming off." And Bridget was right. Everything had come off. When Bridget walked out of the bathroom, she was invisible. "Oh no," yelled her mother. "You can't go to school if you're invisible. You can't go to college if you're invisible. You can't get a job if you're invisible. Bridget, you've wrecked your life." "Oh, my daughter. She's going to be living at home at 45. "Don't worry," said Bridget. She ran into her room. She got the special colored marker and colored herself entirely all over, so until you couldn't tell the difference. In fact, she looked even better than before. Almost too good to be true. But her mother said, "Bridget, you can't go through your life like that. You're just a picture. Everyone will know you. There's something wrong." "No, they won't," said Bridget. "Yes, they will," said her mother. "No, they won't," said Bridget. "I colored Daddy while he was taking a nap, and you haven't noticed anything yet." "Good heavens," yelled her mother. And she ran into the living room and looked at Daddy. He looked even better than before. Almost too good to be true. "Doesn't he look great?" asked Bridget. "I couldn't even tell the difference," said her mother. "Right," said Bridget. "And neither will he. As long as he doesn't get wet." That's a bit of a problem. There he is out in the rain, and he looks up mixed up rainbows. Well, that's it for book 1. Do you like book 1? I love that one. Like I said, I could read that one 100 times. All right, so I said hi to Mrs. Johnson. I said hi to Selena family. I said hello to Elsie Puella. Hello, Elsie. I said hello to Rylan and Cade. Hi, you guys. Gilberts. I said hello to you earlier because I just assumed you were watching. Probably there is. It says we're on YouTube. Hello, Gilbert family. How are you guys? And that's all I have for now. Did I miss anybody so far? No, said her mother. Okay. Next book. As I told you, we read book 1, I think, yesterday. Here is book 2, Lily's Big Day. Lily's Big Day. Yesterday we read Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. And this is the sequel to Lily's Big Day. Lily's Purple Plastic Purse called Lily's Big Day. This is by Kevin Henkes. One day, Lily's teacher, Mr. Slinger, announced to the class that he was going to marry Ms. Shotwell, the school nurse. Lily's heart leaped. She had always wanted to be a flower girl. "It will be the biggest day of my life," said Mr. Slinger. "Mine too," whispered Lily. I don't think that's how this works. Sorry, did I skip a page? Nope. At home in her room, Lily practiced being a flower girl. First, she changed into something more appropriate. Then she held her head high. She smiled brightly. She raised her eyebrows. She turned her head from side to side and carried her hands proudly in front of her and hummed, "Here comes the bride," and walked the length of her room very slowly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. "It will be the biggest day of my life," said Lily. "Who are you pretending to be tonight?" asked Lily. Oh, sorry. "Who are you pretending to be tonight?" asked Lily's mother at dinner. "I'm not pretending," said Lily. "I'm a flower girl." "Who's getting married?" asked Lily's father. "Mr. Slinger," said Lily. "Really?" said her mother. "Really?" said her father. "Really," said Lily. "He's going to marry Miss Shotwell. He told us today, and I'm going to be the flower girl." You are?" said her father. "Did Mr. Slinger ask you?" said her mother. "Not yet," said Lily. At bedtime, Lily's mother said, "Lily, there are so many students in your class. Mr. Slinger couldn't possibly pick just one to be the flower girl." Her father said, "It wouldn't be fair." "He probably has a niece," said her mother. "Maybe Aunt Mona will get married someday," said her father. "Maybe Aunt Mona will get married someday," said her father. "Do you understand what we're trying to say?" asked her mother. Lily nodded. "Are you sure?" asked her father. Lily nodded again. And after her parents left the room, Lily said, "I understand that I am going to be the flower girl." Lily's a little on the stubborn side. The next day at school, during sharing time, Lily said, "I've always wanted to be a flower girl, even more than a surgeon or a diva or a hairdresser." The following afternoon, Mr. Slinger had recess duty. Lily picked a handful of weeds at the edge of the playground. She carried the weeds proudly in front of her and walked very, very slowly past Mr. Slinger until the bell rang. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She's like auditioning in front of him. And the morning after that, Lily went to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. She drew a self-portrait. Me, Lily, the world's best and most famous, better than the bride. Smart, beautiful, flower girl. Oh, the world's most famous flower girl. Number 1. This is the best drawing I've ever done in my entire complete life. I think she wants to be flower girl. Mr. Slinger called Lily up to his desk during quiet reading time. "Lily," he said, "I can tell that you want to be a flower girl, but unfortunately my niece, Ginger, is going to be the flower girl at my wedding." Lily's heart sank. Said Mr. Slinger, "I also want you to know that everyone in the class will be invited to the wedding. We can all dance together at the reception. It'll be fun." Lily's stomach hurt. "This seems really important to you," said Mr. Slinger. Lily's cheeks turned pink. "You know," said Mr. Slinger, "I was just thinking that you might like to be Ginger's assistant. You could stand with her and keep her company until she has to walk down the aisle. You can make her dress. You can make sure her dress isn't crooked and that she holds her flowers properly." Lily considered this. "You could remind her to walk slowly," said Mr. Slinger. Lily considered some more. "You could wear a corsage," said Mr. Slinger. "Oh, all right," said Lily, "if you really want me to do it that much." Lily tried to get excited about being Ginger's assistant. "Now don't forget to pay." Flower girl advice. Weddings wouldn't even exist without flower girl's assistants," she told her baby brother Julius. "I have a special responsibility," she told her parents. When her Grammy took her shopping for a new dress for the wedding, Lily told the clerk, "A flower girl assistant is very important and glamorous." And the clerk said, "She's adorable." And Mom said, "In small doses." That's funny. But when it really sank in that she would not be walking down the aisle carrying a bouquet with everyone watching, Lily pretended that her teddy bear was Mr. Slinger. She made him sit in the uncooperative chair. You could just stay there forever, she said. As the wedding drew near, Mr. Slinger counted down the days on the chalkboard. 1 day closer to the biggest day of my life, he would say. 1 day closer to the biggest day of Ginger's life, Lily would whisper. And still, at home in her room, Lily practiced. She held her head high and smiled brightly and raised her eyebrows, and turned her head from side to side and carried her hands proudly in front of her and hummed, and walked the length of her room very, very slowly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? The day of the wedding finally arrived. Lily hoped that Ginger would have pink eye or a bad fever and not show up. But she was there, and she was all ready. Her dress was straight, and she held her flowers properly. This is my niece. Are you sure you want to do this? Said Lily. Yes, said Ginger. Are you sure you're sure? Yes. Are you really sure you're sure? Lily hoped and hoped that Ginger would change her mind. But she didn't. Oh, I don't know if this is going to end well. It was time for the ceremony to begin. The music swelled. Everyone stood. The moment came for Ginger to walk down the aisle. Ginger didn't move. Mr. Slinger motioned her forward. Go, said Lily. Ginger was frozen. Oh, I love that picture. Now, said Lily. Ginger was as still as a stone. You can do it, said Lily. But Ginger couldn't. Everyone waited and waited and waited. No one knew what to do. Except Lily. She's been practicing for this day. Hi, Travis Melnick. I'm sorry, I just saw that. We liked it. Book 1, you like book 1? Thanks, Travis. Thanks for watching. Lily scooped up Ginger and said, here we go. Then Lily walked very, very slowly down the aisle. She held her head high and smiled brightly. She raised her eyebrows and turned her head from side to side and carried Ginger proudly in front of her. She did it. When she reached Mr. Slinger, everyone clapped. I knew this would be the biggest day of my life, said Lily. Lily was so excited she barely noticed the rest of the ceremony. The reception was great fun. After the cake was served, Lily coached Ginger for the next time she would be a flower girl. I won't be with you every wedding, said Lily. I won't be able to save you every time. Together they walked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, very slowly. Keep watching, keep watching. Soon they were dancing. And soon after that, they were joined by Chester, Wilson, Victor, Julius, Mr. Slinger, Miss Shotwell, and many others. It's interpretive dance, said Mr. Slinger. We're doing the Flower Girl, said Lily. Lily's family stayed at the reception until Lily was perfectly exhausted. But there's something I have to do before we go, said Lily. She needed to find Ginger one last time. Her parents look a little exhausted. And when she did, she said, Ginger, when I get married, you can be my flower girl. The end. All right, my friends. Those were our 2 books. I hope you have liked both books and enjoyed our little story time at night. Couple quick reminders, moms and dads. I have 2 surveys for you. One is a parent input survey that just gives you an opportunity to talk about some thoughts that you have about next year. That one is due on the 17th. I believe that's Friday. So if you haven't done that one yet and you're interested in filling that out, check one of my emails. I'll probably send it out again on Thursday night, just as a reminder, but you could check there. That one's waiting for you. Also, the other one has to do with e-learning or remote learning and how things are going. I do check that one every day. I don't always get back to people immediately or when I look through them, but I do look at that one just about every day. So if you have anything, any comment, anything you want to say on there, let me know. I do go through them and I forward things on to teachers or Dr. Johnson or technology or whatever the case may be. So if you care to, please leave a little note on that one so that we can make sure that we're meeting your needs and providing you the best support that we can. So that's it, everyone. Good night. I am going to say good night to the Melnicks on this one on YouTube. I'm going to say good night to the Gilberts because I don't know if you watched the second, when I say good night on that. Anyway, I'm going to say good night to Jace. I'm going to say good night to Ariana. And that's it. I'll come back to FaceTime in a minute to say good night to those people. But for now, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you this time tomorrow. Bye.